so many of us wonder, what can we do? What can we do for businesses right now?
So really right now, I think it's one, don't forget we exist, right? We're here, we're always gonna be here, and hopefully we'll be here when this is all over. But the fastest way to do that is to purchase gift certificates online, purchase items for online stores, purchase things for pickup from restaurants and bars. And then keep in mind that most of us are going to have to postpone or potentially even cancel things. So just be understanding and patient with all of us while we're trying to work this out and figure out what the new schedule and the new reality looks like.
Be patient too with people.
Super patient. Yeah, because a lot of us, you know, we're coming up with new systems on the fly, and they're not going to work perfectly, and we're going to make mistakes, and we're just trying to do the best we can. So all of us are kind of in this together, and we're going to work on this as a community and try to figure this out. But we all just need to be patient and kind to one another. Kindness is always the big thing. Be kind to your neighbor. Be kind to how you treat each other. And stay home if you're sick. And wash your hands.
The other thing is, when we just about we're all in this together, and you've got employees. You talk about businesses, you know, you've got a few down the street. They've got a few, you know, it all adds up. There are a lot of people who depend on downtown Fredericksburg. Yeah,
there are a ton of people downtown that rely on the income that they're getting every day, either through tips or wages, hourly wages, or even salaries that come from local business owners. And for every time those dollars get spent outside of the area, that means less dollars are being spent within your community. I think the last Main Street statistic I saw was like for every $1 spent in a Main Street district or a downtown district, $53 were produced in value and revenue, because you're paying an employee who's living in local housing, who is purchasing from local businesses, who's buying the groceries locally, who's doing the doctors locally, buying gas locally. So all of that stuff really compounds and recycles back into the community. So if you're thinking about keeping your community safe in an economic downturn, the best investment you can make is in spending money locally and not outside of the area.
And we're really seeing that now, Dee Dee. Just that, I mean, you and I always talk this time. We always talk around Small Business Saturday about shopping local. Never more important than right now.
Never more important. I mean, really, you know, economic crises hit small businesses harder than they hit large businesses. And the reason is just plain and simple cash. You know, a lot of businesses that are small are cash poor. It's hard to have good cash flow when you're a small business because you're just not doing the volume that larger businesses are doing. So just think about that in these times right now. You know, a lot of businesses, especially bars and restaurants, are month to month. Yeah. So if they're not making money now, they're not going to have money to spend on, you know, hiring staff for next month or keeping staff on. Even they're not going to have money to buy produce and do things that they need to do. You know, and through this whole thing, many of the business owners I've heard downtown really don't want to do any layoffs or anything. I know personally we're going to pay our employees as long as possible. Our goal is to pay them for the entirety of it. So that depends on community support. And I know we're not alone in that. You know, there are many businesses downtown that have stated the same goals. So I think it's really important, if we all want to, you know, be in this together, we all got to work together on it.
When I figure if anything I can purchase or do anything to make it'll maybe give you an extra minute of sleep some night.
Yeah, that'd be good. I'd like to get some sleep.
Most businesses downtown have talked about how everything's down a little bit, but it hasn't dropped off yet. And you hope that continues.
Yeah, it hasn't dropped off a cliff quite yet. It's just, you're starting to see like the thinning of the crowds, and which I think it's a good thing. I think we need to, you know, practice social distancing, so I have no objection to it. But it's things like, you know, we rely a lot on our class income, right? And having to postpone classes means we're not getting new class signups while we're doing that. So that is an economic hit for us, and it's going to start snowballing, I think, for the restaurants as well, because more and more people are practicing social distancing, which we all should be doing, but it makes it more and more difficult for a restaurant to seat people at the table if they're, you know, practicing social distancing. They literally have to take out tables sometimes and reduce the tabletops, which is part of a whole economic calculus that restaurants do to figure out how, you know, they're going to make their money for the month, right? So if you take out part of that calculus, you know, you're automatically affecting your bottom line. So there's just a lot that we're all trying to do. All the businesses I know are working together really, really hard to try and make this all work, and try to take care of our community. So just help us out a little bit when we try to take care of you.
Go to LibertyTown I can't think of the
LibertyTownArts.com.
I knew there was an extra.
And everything goes from there. We have a Facebook page. We've got Instagram. We're going to start a YouTube channel pretty shortly. So we'll have a lot of stuff up. We're going to put some videos up for people to entertain themselves while they're locked in. Trying to come up with some systems of seeing if people can pick up some art supplies and things from us. So, well, there's more to come. We're going to try to work with you guys and do what we can.
Yeah. Thanks.
Love you guys.